Hey everybody, Economic Ninja here. I hope you are doing great. Beautiful, beautiful morning. Sun just came up. Can't wait to bring you the news. And we got some news. It's bad news, I'm not gonna lie. So you might wanna grab your coffee real quick, hit pause, and sit back and enjoy. I'd only say enjoy for one reason, and one reason only. We are seeing the powers that be push a narrative and push an agenda that will lead to the destruction. They think slowly, but I have a feeling it's gonna go little bit, and then all at once, of the lower middle class and lower middle class, the poor, and they're gonna try and force us into all kinds of things, from debt slavery to essentially food slavery. And so I'm gonna read this story. I cannot emphasize this enough. Actually, please, I'm gonna leave a link to my other channel, because as you bring the truth, there's consequences. And so I want to have this secondary channel set up. I think it's already got like 14,000 subscribers. Every once in a while, I'll put a small motivational, when I'm feeling motivated, motivational video out there for you guys. Just some things I'm seeing or something we could do to make our lives better. But just keep everything going, the information flow going, if that makes sense, all right? So if you can follow that, that'd be great. Just hit the subscribe button. I'll put it in the comment section, and I'll put it in the description of the video, okay? So here we go. It's a big deal. Trudeau. Now, just so you know, if you're not in Canada, this is going to affect America as well, all right? And then how it affects America is going to affect the rest of the world. And I don't think Canada is going to be the only one doing this, all right? Trudeau moving ahead to severely curtail use of fertilizer to address climate change with more organic farming. Now, we're already seeing organic farms being attacked left and right in America, and the reason why is because there's so many regulations on organic farming. It seems like the government always wants to have their hands in every single thing everybody does, and they want to come up with regulations so that the big boys can keep growing things. It's really how the world works, okay? And the problem is as farms get larger and larger and they get bought out by huge multinationals, turn into conglomerates, they want to attack the little guys. They want to put them out of business. It's really, really crazy. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go off on a little bit of a tangent here. Something that most people don't understand is the shopping or the food industry, as far as like grocery stores. When you are caught, these stores are set up like, I don't want to name any ones, but if you guys know what I'm talking about, please throw your comments in the comment section below. But when you are selling, let's say, produce to a large national chain grocery stores, and you're caught going outside of that, you're totally blackballed. And you can, in a lot of times, lose your operation because you have no one to buy from. And it's a really, really gnarly thing, right? So as these farms get bigger, they push for legislation, all this kind of stuff. And then you see right now with what Justin Trudeau is doing, and man, I have no respect for this guy, is going to severely impact the farming industry, okay? So it says that he's going to severely curtail the use of fertilizer, all right? Let them eat cake seems to be the message from Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. The princely Prime Minister wrapped up meetings Friday with provincial ministers and signaled he will move ahead to reduce the allowable use of fertilizer by Canadian farmers at his next step in fighting climate change. Now, I want people to realize too, this is coming at an absolutely horrible, horrible time where we have drought in certain parts of America. Well, actually, all of America, it seems like, most of it. And we have supply chain shortages, all kinds of craziness, right? When you think you would want your country to be a producer and being able to feed nations and be able to bring in money, Trudeau goes, no, I got a better plan. We're gonna crush the economy. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna actually limit our food and make food more expensive. You know, he's doing that with all kinds of other stuff. So hey, why not hit the food supply too? The Trudeau government wants a 30% reduction in emissions, but farming experts say reducing nitrous oxide emissions can't be done without reducing fertilizer use, which will hurt their ability to stay in the farming business. Farmers also say this will result in less food being produced by Canada and will lead to food shortages at a time when there are already global food shortages. It says here in 2021, the agriculture and agri-food system employed 2.1 million people, provided 1 in 9 jobs in Canada, generated 134 billion of Canada's gross domestic product, according to the Canadian government. It says the world is looking for Canada to increase production and be a solution to global food shortages. The federal government needs to display that, and they understand this, said Alberta Agriculture Minister Nate Horner. They owe it to our producers. Horner said that this year's crops are the most expensive that have ever been planted, following a difficult year on the prairies. I'm going to stop this nonsense. You can read it in the description below. To say this is coming at the worst time is an understatement, but that would be a statement for the common man. To say this is the perfect time for government officials to do this is absolutely true, because it seems like they're wanting to put us into a spot where we're scared and hungry. How are you going to get away from this? Here's your bright hope. Go store food right now. I'm not joking. Because if you think about it, we've talked about this before. The average economy doesn't start to rise up and run to the streets and revolt until food costs hit about 40% of the average income of, a community or a city, right? Or a state or a country. And what I don't want is, I don't want to see you in the middle of all the crazy people that run out in the street that weren't prepared and are doing bad things, because that's what happens. It always leads to bad things. So if you're prepared, you're not gonna be scared, and you'll be able to sit back in safety. That's the number one thing. We're already starting to see thieves rob people leaving the grocery store here in America. It's absolutely insanity. You have to have your head on a swivel. You have to be prepared. You have to be thinking larger than what's going on in your life right now, and start looking around at people that may want to do harm to you. We need to protect ourselves. We also need to be protecting people that cannot protect themselves, like the elderly, the widows, and the orphans. Very, very important. 3 very important groups we need to be thinking about right now. It's my hope and my prayer that these videos of warning, showing you real stuff, real news that's happening right now, stuff that people would be like, what in the heck is happening in this world? Well, you know what? Stop asking this question right now. It's happening. It's time to prepare. So how do you prepare? You start to prepare your food, get some food ahead, because when the craziness hits, it will not happen forever. History has always proven that when people take to the streets, there's craziness and then there's reform. And I'll give you an example. Look at the Boston Tea Party and the taxes, the taxation without representation, which led to more and more and more. There's all kinds of theories and stuff that happened behind the scenes with that. But my point being is that the chaos, the craziness throughout history only lasts so long. The Arab Spring, the craziness during the Arab Spring, and again, coming back to food prices, only lasted so long, all right? So I want you prepared to be able to outlast that craziness. I want you protected and safe. Why? Because on the other side of this, we're going to take advantage of it. See, the government and some big companies out there want to take advantage of this next crash. So how do we stop that? I want you to be ready to take care of this next crash. I want you prepared. I want you with a clear head, food in your belly, money in your hand, and a good credit score. And then we're going to go out, and as fast as we can, we're going to buy up all the assets. I know it sounds crazy, but that is really the message here, all right? So if you are concerned about your family and friends, share videos like this, because they're probably not going to listen to you. Like, don't worry, my family doesn't listen to me. It's true. They'll listen easier to a stranger than they'll listen to you. So share these videos out, because that's the most important part. I'm going to link this story below so you guys can read it. Also, please, again, remind you to click that link to the other channel. Just go to the channel, check it out. If you can hit subscribe, because you never know. I'm already getting, on like Facebook jail, and I got taken down on LinkedIn the other day. I got all kinds of great stuff. See, that's what happens when you just tell the truth. You can't even at a certain point now read the actual news. Woo, crazy stuff. All right, guys, that being said, thank you so much. The Economic Ninja is out.